Good day, guys. My name is Richard Dobe, and this is Enhancement Course 2, and I will report my assigned topic. So I have two topics. First is bonds, and second is depreciation. First, we talk about bonds. So bonds. So what is bonds? So a bond is an interest-bearing security that obligates the issuer to pay the bondholder a specified sum of money, usually at specific intervals known as a coupon or dividend, and to repay the principal amount of the loan at maturity. So for example, a company A issues 5-year bonds January 1, 2018, which cost $100 each and pay 5%. The YTM is 6%. So what is the yield? So the yield to maturity or YTM is 6%. And what is the principal? So the principal is $100. And what is the maturity? So the maturity is January 1, 2023. The maturity date is in 5 years from the issue date. And the coupon is 5%. So in cash flow diagram, so cash flow is the sum of money recorded as receipts or disbursement in a project. Financial records as cash flow diagram present the flow of cash as arrow on a timeline scaled to the magnitude of the cash flow, where expenses are down arrow and receipt up arrow. Year-end convention expenses occurring during the year are assumed to occur at the end of the year. So cash flow, how it works in business. So cash flow is the money that is moving, flowing in and out of your business in a month. Although it does sometimes seem that cash flow only goes on one way out of the business. It does flow both ways. So cash flow is coming in from customers or clients who are buying your products or service. If customer don't pay at the time or of purchase, some of your cash flow is coming from collection of accounts receivable. Cash flow is going out of your business in the form of payments for expenses like rent or a mortgage, in monthly loan payments, and in payments for taxes and other accounts payable. So this is the formula or the cash flow. So P equals, so P is the bond price. So P times 1 plus I raised of n minus 1 over I times 1 plus I raised of n plus R over 1 plus I raised of n. So R is the redemption price, and I is the interest rate yield to maturity, and the N is the maturity period, and D equals dividends or the coupon. D equals RF, so R equals bond rate, and F is the face or the par value. So problem. So 100,000 pesos, 10% bond pays dividend every quarter for 8 years. The bond is priced at par and is redeemable at 110 of the par value. Find the yield to maturity. So this is the given. So F equals 100,000 pesos and R equals 10% over 4 equals 2.5% quarterly. So N equals 8 times 4 equals 32 quarters. So P equals F equals 100,000 pesos. So R equals 110% times F equals 100,000 pesos. So dividends or coupon, D equals RF equals 0.025 times 100,000. So D equals 2,500 per quarter. So to solve this, using the formula of P equals 1 plus I raised of n minus 1 over I times 1 plus I raised of n plus R over 1 plus I raised of n. So 100,000 equals 2,500 per quarter times 1 plus I. Datong n kay kaman 32 quarters, so 32 raised to 32 minus 1 over I, 1 plus I raised of 32 plus 110,000 over 1 plus I raised of 32. So I equals 0.027. So 0.027 is 2.7% every quarter. So next topic is depreciation. So depreciation means the decrease in the value of physical properties or assets with the passage of time and use. It is the non-cash method of representing the reduction in the value of tangible assets. Specifically, it is an accounting concept that sets an annual deduction considering the factor of time and use on an asset's value. An asset is depreciable if it has a determinable use life or more than 1 year in business or something to produce an income. So it means the depreciation is magkano yung baba ng value ng isang bagay or magkano yung nawala. So, next. So, we have many types of methods to solve problem in depreciation. So, the first method is straight line method. So, straight line method is the simplest depreciation method. It assumes that constant amount is depreciated each year over the use life of the property. So, problem. So, a commercial building has a salvage value of 1 million pesos. After 50 years, annual depreciation is 2 million pesos. Using the straight line method, how many years after should use see the building for 30 million pesos? So, solution A, solve for the first cost. So, annual depreciation. So, this is the formula. So, if C minus is B or the first cost minus salvage value over into equals first cost minus 1 over 50 if C equals 101 million pesos. So the first cost is the 101 million pesos. So next, step B for solve for the total depreciation after in years. So total depreciation equals first cost minus book value. So first cost is 101 and the book value is 30. So minus siya, so the total depreciation is the 71 million pesos. So next, solve for the number of years. So total depreciation equals annual depreciation. So in 71 equals 2 times in. So in equals 35.5 years. So next, the next method is declining balance method. So declining balance method is sometimes called the constant percentage method or the Matheson formula. The assumption in this depreciation method is the annual cost of depreciation is the fixed percentage 1 minus k of the book value at the beginning of the year. So, example problem. So the equipment bought at a price of 450,000 has a economic life of 5 years and a salvage value of 50,000. The cost of money is 12% per year. Computed the first year depreciation using declining balance method. So solution. So first is solve for the annual rate of depreciation. So this is the formula. Salvage value equals first cost times 1 minus k in. So in is 50,000. So equals 450,000 times 1 minus k raised of 5k. So the answer is 0.356. So this is the annual rate of depreciation. So next is solve for the depreciation at the end of the year. So depreciation equals so k times first cost times 1 minus k raised of n minus 1. So, one share formula. So, substitute. So, 0.356 times first cost 450,000 times 1 minus 0.356 raised of 0. So, the answer is 160,200 pesos. So, the next method is sum of the years digit method. So, sum of the years digit method, or SY, uh, is OYD is an accelerated depreciation technique based on the assumption that tangible properties are usually productive when they are new, and their use decreases as they become old. Sample problem. So, an equipment costs 1,500,000. So, at the end of its economic life of the years, its salvage value is 500,000. Using some of the year's digit method of depreciation, what will be its book value for the third year? So, solution. So, first is solve for the sum of years. So, sum of the years equals n over 2 n plus 1. So, this is the formula. So, n is 5 over 2 times 5 plus 1 equals 15. So, sum of the years is 15 years. So, next, solve for the total depreciation up to the third year. So, total depreciation equals first cost minus salvage value times 5 plus 4 plus 3 over 15. So, equals 1,500,000 minus 500,000 times 12 over 15. So, is equals to 800,000. So, the total depreciation is 800,000 pesos. So, next, so for the book value in the third year. So, book value equals first cost minus total depreciation. So, substitute. So, the first cost nato is 1,500,000. Then minus total depreciation is 800,000. So, it equals to 700,000 pesos. Next is the sinking fund method. So, sinking fund method is a depreciation method wherein funds will accumulate for replacement purposes. For example, problem. So, a machine costs 300,000 pesos with a salvage value of 50,000 pesos at the end of its life of 10 years. If money is worth 600% annual, use sinking fund method and determine the depreciation at the 6th year. So, solution. So, first solve for the annual depreciation. Annual depreciation A equals, so this is the formula, first cost minus salvage value times I over 1 plus I raised of n minus 1. So, it's equals to 300,000 minus 50,000 times 0.06 over 1 plus 0.06 raised of 10 minus 1. So, the answer is 18,966.98956. So, next is solve for the depreciation in the 6th year. So, total depreciation after 6 years equals, so this is the formula, E times 1 plus I raised of x minus 1 over I. So, E is, annual depreciation is 18,966.98956 times 1 plus 0.06 raised of 6 minus 1 over I is 0.06. So, the answer is 132,300.793 pesos. So, this is the total depreciation. So, that's all, guys. Thank you.